Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy for Now. It's time for your July Romancelandia. I'm trying to not use like a deep southernism. Anyways, I can guarantee you, I can promise you that as soon as I finish filming and editing this, something will happen. So let me know what the thing is in the comments, because I feel it this month. Like I feel that something is about to happen again. But that's just me. And or chaos while I'm at Steamy Lit Con, which if you're going to be there, say hi if you see me. Tell me about what you're reading. All that good stuff. Anyways, it's a semi-quiet month, but a lot of interesting things happened. We had quite a 180 with an author. Someone reappeared. And I have a minuscule, tiny little itty-bitty baby update for you. So first up, let me give you that little update. So one of my members, I don't know if they want me to say their name or not, so I'm not going to, is a paralegal and can help with things. So she clarified for us in my Discord for members about this item, and that was the Tracy Wolff lawsuit. So because this is a civil case and not a criminal case, that's the word, the way the information is submitted is different. So that is why it says on the paperwork jury trial demanded, because it's a lot easier technically to, more than likely, to convince 12 normal people that what happened is what happened versus trying to convince a judge who has a better grasp of the law. It's fascinating. I kind of sit in the middle here. I never really was going to read that series anyways, but I just find it interesting that this is happening. I think there's some character qualities here to these people that make me question them. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's your little mini Tracy Wolff update. Next, we have another plagiarism case, which kind of is a big ball of nothing, but I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's really fascinating. So I saw this because Reads with Rachel got tagged on TikTok by the author, basically saying this author had completely stolen her books. So Lauren Ashley plagiarized her entire book, Pieces of Us, from another author. So she plagiarized, it seems, a lot of her book from S.T. Moore Writes, which is kind of weird. This is definitely a smaller author. And I don't know, it's just kind of weird. The author has pulled this book down completely and then just says like their justification is that no one owns the English language. So I was like, that's weird. I don't know. This, again, same thing. It flags for me as far as character quality of the author, who they are as a human. I don't know. I feel like if you're accused of plagiarism and it's like enough that people are like, hold on, that's really similar, or it looks like you fed it into an AI thing, I'm like, I'm not gonna read you. So yeah, kind of, again, a big nothing-ish happened with this, but I also think it's still interesting to like mention because it's happening still. We just aren't always catching it or aware of it, I think. So you may or may not know, I live in Tennessee. I live around Nashville area. And I was actually kind of excited in possibly attending this event in Pigeon Forge called Extraordinary Love, which was a monster romance event. I didn't know who the organizer of this event was, but now do I know, and I know too much about them. This is like a big full circle. So at the beginning of the month, I saw that this author, Wendi, had changed their name's spelling to be not a taboo thing to say in the Algonquin tribe, a thing you're not supposed to say. You can take that where you need to. I'm not going to say it or put her full name on screen, at least the old spelling. So take that in. Figure I trust in y'all's ability to piece this together. Okay? So she changed her name to not be that and had a whole conversation with someone I really trust their judgment on people and things like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I could maybe actually read this author. I feel a little less uncomfortable now. I kind of moved them back into my like, maybe I'll pick their books up. Boy, by the end of this month, that was erased, deleted from my brain, removed from my Kindle, if I even had anything on there. I don't think I did, but still erased. But it has come out that this author, Wendi, is also known as M.J. Marstons, Gemini, and Nessie Sorrell as a few pen names. They probably have others that we're not aware of as well. I will say that too. But basically, it then starts unfolding that Wendi also did a charity anthology that there's no proof the donations were ever made. Wendi has bailed prior to this or during this on the Extraordinary Love signing and left people in a lurch, including the fact that within the last few days-ish, we'll say, before this, when this all was happening, we went from you could get a refund for your ticket to The tickets proceeds are being donated to Dolly's food foundation because it's happening in Pigeon Forge. Like, that's right by Sevierville. That's where Dolly's from, y'all. That's where Dollywood is. It's a whole thing, right? And here in the South and a lot of other places, I know we really like Dolly. And I think that's great. But I think I just feel deep in my soul the thing I said last month, which I won't put here, the Myrtle Beach of the mountains, as I call it. I say this with love. Listen, I've been a lot of places. And let me tell you, if you want to sit in traffic in a beautiful place, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg is for you, my friends. It is for you. If you want to sit in traffic in a beautiful place. If you want to sit in a cabin and read all weekend, it's a great spot for that too. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to leaving your space to get anywhere, nightmare. Absolute nightmare material, in my opinion. She was right. She was right. I am throwing up a big red flag to anyone planning an event in Pigeon Forge. I'm just saying it now. I'm throwing up a big red flag. I don't think it's a good idea. I've been there. I've been there twice now. I will go back because I want to go to Dollywood, but I'm not going back there regularly for a lot of reasons, and I just think it's a big red flag that you're going to plan an event there. Also an event that, in my opinion, in a place that is very much not queer friendly, I don't know. It makes me question things, you know? Like, I think if you pick Nashville, obviously that makes sense. It's a bigger city. There's definitely a lot more. Your girl is a Southerner at heart, has lived in the South most of her life now. I'm well aware of the issues here, but picking somewhere like Nashville can still be very different than picking somewhere like Pigeon Forge. And I'll leave it at that. So yeah, so she basically bailed. And I just need to know why Pigeon Forge won't leave me alone 2 months in a row. 2 months in a row. Leave me alone. Oh, God. God could cinnamon rolls, but I don't like that place. So yeah, she's basically bailed on the event and people are dropping out. People are requesting refunds from their cards because basically it's being deemed a scam. And I'm just, I don't understand how people have, one, the ability to keep any of this straight. If I had to keep 2 identities straight, I need y'all to know that I would ruin that in all of like 5 minutes. I could never. 2, why is this the thing we're doing? Like, why does this keep happening? Because I got more on another one. But yeah, so maybe an author to tread caution with, perhaps an author to take off your TBR. Your choice, obviously, but I'm just left, you know, like, what? Which is exactly how I feel about our next author. Freydis Moon is back. There was a Facebook and an Instagram post in which they're offering writing help, querying help, all these different things to people that you can pay for because they've been so successful with this pen name. And I am stunned, one, that we're willing to do this, but also like we ran from where evidence lives, kind of, because now we have threads. So like evidence lives elsewhere too, but now we have threads too. So like evidence is starting to live on threads. Threads is kind of a vague posting land and I need y'all to get it together over there, but beyond the point. And I do think like there's a lot of speculation of like why was this pen name abandoned to then create a new one? I can tell you why. This pen name has been too successful. They don't want to give it up because it has been successful. So if they can just fly by and let all of this vanish, not be an issue anymore, they don't have to create a new pen name. They can keep making money as this pen name. Because again, they were successful here. Freydis is bad news. Don't give them money if you are an author seeing this. Please and thank you. Okay. And then the next thing. Okay, so as a stance, I'm anti-AI. Obviously, like, I'm going to give grace to an author who ends up with an AI cover unknowingly. I think sometimes you can't tell. Like, there's been a lot of discourse around Quicksilver on TikTok because people think it's an AI cover. The author showed her process of making the cover. It's not AI. Again, I think there's wiggle room here because sometimes things just look wonky when you do a lot of photoshopping, okay? Like, that can happen. But I do think also, again, things can look wonky because of AI. So I'm not a fan. I don't want my stories to come from AI. I don't want other people's work fed into AI. I don't want art to come from AI. I want to pay people who actually make these things. So Ream, which is like a Patreon alternative to authors, kind of came under my radar because Katie Robert, I know, has been having issues with Patreon lately because they're flagging certain words in chapters as she releases them as like inappropriate. That's very frustrating. But because of that, she had mentioned Ream, and I'd not really heard about Ream. And then Georgia Kirsten posted this whole thread that broke down some of what was happening with Ream. Basically, they've been having a bunch of issues. I don't know the full extent of those issues. Nobody's really talking about that. They're talking about this weird town hall that was had that basically said, like, it's 6 minutes. I read the transcript because I was like, I'm not sitting through this. Basically, that entire like mini town hall was support our platform. We're trying to do more on here, and like, yes, we are going to allow AI. Okay. Well, then it comes out also that one of the co-founders of the software is a fan of Pseudo-Write or something like that, which is an AI software that helps you write that helps her write her short stories and stuff. Basically, they're not responding to people's like concern for AI on the platform, but also the fact that they're not disclosing what is and isn't AI on the platform. Because like even Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, you have to have like you have to do like the AI generated checkbox, which is fine. Do that, you know. I think doing that and having transparency is a lot different than just being like, whatevs, whoever, whatever, like have free will or have a go at it. It doesn't matter. It's very different. Mostly I wanted to share this because if you follow an author on Ream, I don't follow anyone on Ream, you might want to be on the lookout for them to be changing platforms potentially. So there's that. But I think the concern here also is that Ream is going to somehow integrate AI into their platform, and that is not something these authors want. They really wanted a space that they could post their work and monetize their work. That wasn't going to try and police what they were posting. Okay, and then last but not least, I just want to share this bonkers interaction that I saw, which is between Rachel Gillig, who wrote One Dark Window, and a fan who did art. Rachel told them to not post AI art of their characters, please, and not feed their work into AI. And the person was like, I don't understand. And like got mad, posted the art, and then posted all these text screenshots, which I think are really funny because to me, this read like a child trying to tell you, you can't tell me what to do. And I was like, yes, but no. Like, technically they can, and that could come up as an issue that you're feeding potentially her text into AI and like feeling AI because that's how AI is built. So I just was like, this is fascinating. I was panicked as could be when I first saw this because I was like, I hope this isn't bad news. This just won the vote for my members pick in September. So let's fingers crossed not bad news. But yeah, it wasn't bad news. It was Rachel saying like, please don't. And this person basically being like, why not? Why can't I do what I want? Embarrassing. So yeah, don't put authors' work into robots to make you art. Like that's weird. But yeah, that was July. Not very long, honestly. Not as long as it could have been. Thank goodness. But again, I am braced. Like, I'm ready for things to hit the fan because I'm traveling. Because I'm going to be at Steamy Lit. Because things are going to hit the fan inevitably when I am gone. Seems to be how it works. I know the busier I am, the more I have going on, the more things just start flying on the internet. But maybe we'll all be busy at Steamy Lit. Fingers freaking crossed. So yeah, I will be at Steamy Lit. If you are going to be there, let me know in the comments. If not, let me know if I missed anything this month if you feel like I missed anything this month. And if you don't want to do that, let me know your like favorite repetitive discourse because I always think that's really fascinating to see. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of AI discussions still. And like I said, mine, I think by favorite, I also mean maybe the one that drives you the most bonkers because again, name and shame, people, name and shame. Let's do this. Who cares? If you don't want to name and shame, you want me to do it, just message it to me. I'll do it. I don't care. I got nothing to lose. Yeah. So there's that. I will have links to anything I can link to down there for you around these authors and other situations. Links to my friend anywhere on the internet. And once again, if you want to be a member, Romancelandia supporters and higher every month get early access to this and a bunch of other things. So yeah, that's all down there too. I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away.